Given how unlikely it is that Meemaw will return to Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2, it is more likely that her mystery on The Big Bang Theory will never be answered. Due to Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, Season 1's need to serve as a bridge with young Sheldon, the Coopers, inevitably including Connie and Dale, appeared more frequently in the first season. Despite only making 4 appearances, Meemaw's sportsbook business caused a stir, leading Connie to accuse Mandy of running an illegal business and to accept Jim's bets, which in turn caused chaos. Because she might have persisted in sowing dissension, and the young Sheldon spinoff could have chronicled her progress, this positioned Meemaw as a potentially significant character in First Marriage Season 2. Meemaw's Annie Potts, though, doesn't seem to be able to repeat the well-loved role. In fact, Potts' return as Connie Tucker in First Marriage Season 2 is improbable given her new involvement in another network TV program. Whether Potts would appear in First Marriage Season 2 or not was not formally revealed in any news outlet. But according to reports, Potts joined Fox's Best Medicine's regular cast in July 2025. The renowned young Sheldon actor was cast as the protagonist's aunt, a devoted but unyielding elderly woman with a troubled past with Martin Best. Potts' portrayal of Aunt Joan in Fox's medical comedy presents a significant obstacle to Meemaw's continued appearance in First Marriage. In fact, Best Medicine's upstate New York production makes it very difficult for Potts to return to her role as Meemaw in First Marriage, which is set in California and follows Best Medicine's same network TV-induced time constraints. Given her unrepentant attitude toward her sportsbook business and Mandy's fascination with her, Meemaw would need to take center stage in multiple storylines, which doesn't seem likely at all after Potts' casting in Best Medicine. It would seem impossible to feature Meemaw in a way that could eventually answer Connie's main Big Bang Theory mystery, even if Potts' absence were to be an issue solely for First Marriage Season 2. After her incarceration in young Sheldon had put a stop to her illicit endeavors, Connie's recklessness was reinstated in First Marriage Season 1 through her sportsbook business. Connie is drawn away from Big Bang Theory's portrayal of Meemaw, who was harsh and unyielding but also had an unexpected sense of humor, as First Marriage leads her down a criminal road. This suggests that Meemaw's transformation into her TBBD persona could be explained by her increased prominence in a program that still focuses on Georgie and Mandy. By bridging the gap between the young Sheldon years and the limited audience seeing of Sheldon's family in TBBT, First Marriage made such an explanation possible. Nevertheless, Meemaw's essentially non-existent appearance in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage makes it more challenging to emphasize even in the future, thereby rendering her Big Bang Theory enigma unsolvable. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 is set to feature young Sheldon's main antagonist, which could exacerbate the Cooper family crime. Young Sheldon was cancelled for a reason other than lack of interest. Conversely, there were pleas for the show to go on, even if it meant completely departing from the canon of The Big Bang Theory. But in the end, Chuck Lorre and his group chose to conclude the Cooper family's narrative in Medford, Texas, with George's passing and Sheldon's relocation to California. That being said, CBS ordered Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage right away after realizing the huge gap that young Sheldon would leave in its lineup. The first season of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage walked a tightrope between carrying on with young Sheldon and beginning a whole new story. However, Meemaw's already dismal situation is going to get worse with a confirmed cameo in Season 2. Season 1 of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage already featured Pastor Jeff. It makes sense to see him occasionally because the spin-off is still situated in Medford. Not to mention that Mary is back to work for him. Although the reason for his return in Season 2 is currently unknown, his position is largely related to Georgie, as the image indicates. The notion that he will play a part in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage at a time when Meemaw's odds of showing up are slim is heartbreaking, regardless of what drives Georgie to Pastor Jeff's office. For background, Connie's prospects of making a significant appearance in Season 2 are diminished because Annie Potts has joined Best Medicine as a series regular. The fact that Cece is named after Georgie's maternal grandmother is evidence of how important Meemaw has been to their lives. However, she will not be as involved in their lives going forward, which is understandable given the premise of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Pastor Jeff's greater prominence in the offshoot highlights Connie's disappointing absence. For more videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.